This video is brought to you by Squarespace. So over the last couple of months, I made videos about frugal habits that I noticed growing up in Asian household. Japanese to be specific, and you guys absolutely loved it, and a lot of you requested to make a video dedicated on Kakeibo, which is a Japanese journaling method for your finances. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is Kakeibo, how to start implementing it in your life today, how to maximize it to spend money intentionally, and also I called my Japanese mom to ask for some advice. So first, let's talk about what Kakeibo is. As I said in the beginning, Kakeibo is essentially like a journal for your finances. To be more specific, it is a Japanese mindful budgeting method to track expenses and reflect on your spending habits. It is basically like an accounting method for your household. Of course, nowadays you can use apps to track your spendings and categorize them, but traditionally in Japan, a lot of people prefer to still write it on paper, handwrite everything to make your own Kakeibo. And I'm gonna show you a very easy way to write your first Kakeibo entry. If you're too lazy to handwrite everything, don't worry about it. I created a Canva template, which I'm going to show you later as well. So in order for me to make this video, I did some research in Japanese so that I can give you the right information and I can give you the best tips to start Kakeibo. Here are some key points that you want to understand before you write your first entry. So first, it's very important for you to understand your goal. What do you want to visualize and what is it for? I think this applies to anything in your life, but if you're doing something without any goals or any why, you're probably going to end up feeling very lost, or it's just going to be added stress to your life. So it is important to know your goal before you start Kakeibo entry. So the next step is for you to understand and analyze your current situation. And in order for you to do that, you want to know those 3 points. Number 1, total. How much money do you currently have? Number 2 is saiteigen, which means bare minimum in Japanese. At the very minimum, how much money do you need to live monthly? Number 3 is yutori. Yutori in Japanese means like room, space, or peace of mind. So this is the amount of money that is good to have for you. Maybe it's not gonna be super luxurious life, but enough to make your life happy. I think number 1, total, and number 2, saiteigen are quite self-explanatory. For total, just make sure that you're looking at every account that you have. When you're younger, you probably only have like one main account and everything is so simple. But as you grow older, you're gonna start opening up different accounts and different banks, and things can get a little bit messy. So just make sure to check everything that you have. For number 2, saiteigen, this category is pretty much filled with fixed costs, which I think is one of the easiest category to lower, because these are the money that you're going to spend everything a month without even thinking about it. Maybe it is your rent, utility bills, it can be your gym memberships. Nowadays, a lot of the services are offered on subscription basis, and sometimes we don't even realize how much money we are spending. I think this is a great opportunity for you to review everything to make sure that you're not wasting money on things that are unnecessary. Number 3, yutori. This is good to have, and I think this is a very, very important category. So I was watching this Japanese Kakeibo method video, and he was talking about how important it is to notice the spendings that enrich your life and spendings that drain your life. One of the examples that he was talking about really resonated with me. It is nomikai, which is like a drinking party, and this is a big culture in Japan. A lot of people who work in Japan, they go drinking after work with coworkers and boss. This can be really, really fun if you go with coworkers that you get along with, but many times just hours of shallow, meaningless conversations, and usually you end up spending way more money than you wanted to. For me personally, these are the type of spendings that just don't make me happy, and they usually drain my energy. On the other hand, I love spending money on good food with good company. I think spending quality time with quality people is a great way to spend money. I also love spending money on my health, gym membership, class pass, buying good nutritious food to nourish my body. I'm not gonna lie, I also love buying workout clothes, which I try not to. Here and there, I try to remind myself that I have enough workout clothes, and I really try not to make any impulse purchases. So by doing Kakeibo, what are the outcomes that you can expect? I think one main thing is that you can have better understanding and control over your finances. And when you don't, your financial anxiety spikes. I think doing Kakeibo is one of a great way to lower your financial anxiety, which I think a lot of us deal with in day-to-day basis. This modern world we live in is already stressful enough, and there are so many things that could make us anxious, and you don't need to add another thing in the list that cause you stress. So I have created a Canva template to explain how Kakeibo works, and of course you can just print this out and start doing Kakeibo starting today. Or of course you can handwrite this on your own journal or notebook. But before talking about that, I want to quickly introduce today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you've been following me for a while and watching my videos, you probably already know about Squarespace. Squarespace is a website builder that allows you to create beautiful, professional looking websites within just few steps. For me personally, I think one of the best part of Squarespace is that they have a lot of aesthetic, professionally made templates that you can choose from. Whatever style, vibe, taste you're looking for, Squarespace has template for you. Because there are so many of them and they all look very aesthetic and professional and nice, you're gonna be able to find a perfect template that matches your brand. Squarespace also has an AI-powered website builder called Blueprint AI, which is going to make this whole process of creating website easier and quicker. They also have amazing analytics and SEO tools so that you can make sure that your ideal customers can find your website. Go to squarespace.com/Mako to get 10% off of your first purchase of website or domain using my code Mako. The other day, I was having lunch with my friend and she mentioned that she used my discount code to create her own website, and that really made my day. That made me really happy. So if you're thinking about making a website, make sure to take advantage of this and use my discount code. That's gonna be great for my channel, and also it's gonna benefit you as well. So I have created Canva template to explain how Kakeibo works. Basically, on the left side, we have a monthly calendar. So what a lot of people do is every time they spend money, they just put how much they spend on the monthly calendar. If you want, you can absolutely color code them to categorize them. So on the right side, I put income, how much money you made this month, and next we have advanced savings, and I talked about this in the previous video as well. For people who have some sort of saving goals, it could be a great idea to subtract a certain amount of money from your income first, and then you can allocate the rest of money to variable expenses. Because what a lot of people do is they're gonna be like, okay, whatever is left is going to go to the savings account, which never happens. They just accidentally spend everything that they made. Advanced savings can prevent that from happening. Next, we have fixed expenses. So those are the fixed costs that you're gonna have to spend every single month, like rent and utilities. So these are the side again that we basically talked about earlier in the video. And then we have variable expenses and special expenses, because sometimes maybe you need to pay money to renew your apartment, or you have to take a flight to see your family. I don't know. There are always some special events. Unusual spendings can be categorized in special expenses. So at the end of the month, you're gonna put your total income, all the savings and expenses that you listed, and then you're gonna come out with your monthly balance. This is the very simple, basic way to do Kakeibo, and it is quite easy. You can just start today if you want to. You can give it a try. You can absolutely make this way simpler as well. This is just one of the ways that I wanted to show you. I was preparing for this video, writing script and bullet points and doing research, and I was like, let me just call my mom to see if she answers and if there are any advice that she want to share. And of course, her being so consistent and great communicator, of course she answers my phone, and she decided to share some of her insights and tips. So right now she is not doing the full Kakeibo method. She does still collect receipts and take notes, but she is not doing the actual journal book. But she said when she was doing the full Kakeibo method, what she was writing down is date, purchase item, and price, and she was labeling them by category. This is a great idea because it is easier for you to see the bigger picture and notice what category you are using more than you want to. If she noticed that she is spending way more than she wanted to in certain category, she is going to make adjustment in the next month. And here are the tips that she wanted to share with you guys. Number one, don't be way too strict. A lot of people, especially probably Japanese, because a lot of Japanese people are super detail oriented, they get really stressed when the numbers are not adding up. Don't worry way too much about little details like 2 cents. The whole point is for you to have the visibility and full control over your finances. Another thing she mentioned is that you don't have to stress too much about little details about, each numbers, but make sure you don't have any items that are unaccounted for, because I think this can be the biggest cause for your financial anxiety. We don't need another stress or anxiety added to your life. So let's say you decide to give Kakeibo or some other form of tracking expenses a go. What are the ways to maximize it, and how can you spend money more intentionally? If you want to improve your balance, there's really only 2 ways to do it. Either you increase your salary or decrease your spendings. And again, one of the easiest ways to improve your balance is to lower your fixed cost. We took a look at all the sites again that you have the minimum amount of money that you need in order to live monthly. From there, are there any fixed costs that you can lower? Because that can be the easiest way to save money. Another thing to keep in mind is to keep your fixed cost as low as possible even when your salary increases, and a lot of people do not follow this. When your salary increases, of course you should spend more money on things that enrich your life and make your life better. But if you're upgrading your lifestyles and everything significantly every time your salary increases, it's just gonna be a never-ending chase of happiness that you're looking for, because every time you upgrade your life significantly, you're going to be surrounded by people who are more successful. And unless you are one of the most successful people in the entire world, you will always have people who have better lifestyle than you and have more money than you. So for me, it seems like you are just putting yourself in a hamster wheel. And as a human, we should remember that it is easy to upgrade your lifestyle, but it is very, very challenging to lower your lifestyle to adjust back to the life that you used to have. When you're making those big decisions, maybe you're upgrading your apartment, maybe you're buying a house, I think it is very important to make an informed decision and make sure that it is a sustainable lifestyle that you can afford in the long run. And one thing I want to emphasize again, and he was talking about this in the video as well, is that being frugal, doing Kakeibo doesn't mean that you are just being cheap for no reason. The whole point is to spend money wisely and intentionally. I like nice things, I like eating quality food, but because I don't work 9 to 5 job anymore, it is a very smart decision for me to be more intentional about spending. And if you're in the same situation, or if you have some financial dream that you want to achieve, I think this is a very, very good mindset to have. This lifestyle makes me so much happier because I'm just more intentional about things that I buy, things that I own, and for me, it just works and it just makes me happier. Thank you so much for watching this video. Oh my god, I thought this is gonna be a quick filming session, but I've been talking for like 70 minutes, so it's gonna be really fun for me to edit this video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe so that I can see you again in the next video. Bye!